Hello everyone, thank you for joining Precision Drywall Fabrication PanelMax.
This webinar is sponsored and presented by Grabber Construction Products. My name is Tan Wen, AWCI's Education Program Manager. At this time, I'd like to introduce our presenter, Jeff Gibbs. Jeff has dedicated 36 years to the construction industry, with 25 of those years spent at Grabber Construction Products. As an outside sales representative for Grabber, his territories include Georgia, Alabama, and Eastern Tennessee. Jeff works diligently to draw attention to Grabber's productivity solutions through strategic distribution partnerships and by connecting and supporting contractors, drywallers, and framers. He also serves as the PanelMax lead for the Southeast, overseeing demonstrations, sales, installation, and service repairs. Welcome, Jeff.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about myself because we're going to do part of that in the video that we've already done. I hope you guys enjoy it. And I know you're extremely busy, so we really appreciate you tuning in for this. We're very excited. Again, I won't talk much, but I just do want to say, please pay close attention because this is a category that Grabber offers where your return on investment is second to none, quite honestly, in any field on the job. And, I think at the end of this, you guys will have some very, very good questions. I look forward to answering all of your questions. So if you'd like to proceed to the video, let's do that. And I'll see you guys at the end. Hi, I'm Jeff Gibbs. Welcome and thank you for watching the AWCI webinar. I've been with the company 25 years and I'm happy to be here to show you the PanelMax line. It's one of my favorite product categories that Grabber sells. I'm going to be going over all the different tables and the portable machine that we have, and then also individually how each one works and what type of wadded motors go with them, what type of saws and routers go with them as well. At the very end, we'll have a Q&A so you guys can ask any questions. I'll be glad to answer any of them. We're also going to be doing hands-on cuts, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. This is the FT30 that is designed to mill 1/2 inch or 5/8 drywall to almost any degree that you need on the job. It'll cut 4x8s all the way up to 12 foot, and you can even cut 1/2 inch sheetrock if need be. There's a saw on here as well for cutting your rips, and then you have an 1800 watt milling unit on this side that's going to give you a 90, a 45, a 135 degree angle, whatever size is needed. This is designed to take away drywall finishing from the corner beads. As we all know, that's the biggest callback on a job. And it's also the most time consuming with 3 coats and sanding. This will show you how to mill it, put it on the wall, whether it be a soffit or an up and down, and literally you walk away from it at the end with a finished edge. In today's busy construction world, prefab is key for any contractor right now to get on and off the job faster and meet deadlines. This is specifically what this is designed for. You can either prefab in your shop and truck it out to the job, or you can take it on the job, up and down butt hoist, and do it literally on the job. It makes it much faster, much easier, and again, you're getting rid of the corner beads and any finishing or sanding. The PanelMax family actually consists of 4 different units. The first one being a CM10P3, which is a portable unit that comes in a bread box that you carry on the site with you. It consists of 3 different tracks that go together. You can put it on a lift of drywall, and it's going to come specifically with a 90-degree bit, which it's known for. You hit a button, it goes all the way down 10 foot and back. The max length on the CM10 is 10 foot, so you won't be able to cut a 12 foot, but it's a very, very popular item, probably our most important and biggest mover. The next would be the ST48, which is a stationary table. This is a table that you put in your warehouse. You make your cuts there, whether you're cutting rips with the saw or whether you're making cuts, milling with the unit. You can truck everything out to the job from there, but everything is done in your warehouse. Next, and what I'm standing next to now, is the FT30. It's a folding table designed really specifically for the job, because this will actually tee up almost like a ping pong table designed to go on a butt hoist to go from floor to floor, and then you can adjust your casters from there, and that way you're level at all times. It does the same thing as the stationary table, except it goes up and down a butt hoist. You cannot do that with a stationary table. Next would be the CNC machine. It's a hybrid machine that essentially, instead of an X and Y axis like this is here, you have a CAD file, you upload into it, put your drywall on and hit a button, and it does everything for you, cuts and routes. And that's the 4 categories that we have. As far as service goes, please contact your local GrabberPro. If it's an issue they cannot resolve, then we have a traveling technician as well as a dedicated service center. And they'll be happy to come out and help you with anything that your local GrabberPro cannot help you with. With these machines, training is everything. It's very important to know exactly what you're doing. So we will come out, and when we first do the setup, we'll come out and train 2 of your guys, 3 if need be, 1 operator, and then an opposite one to help out with the boards. So anything that's needed, you will know before anybody leaves. You'll know exactly how to run the machine. We'll answer any questions that you have and resolve any issues that may arise. Come on in a little bit closer and I'll go over some of the specialty bits that we have to offer. We have many different bits for several different profiles. We'll start with this. This is a 60-degree bit. Nice carbide bit that will give you this profile. Next is a 45-degree bit. This is a 45-degree bit. Carbide tipped. Makes a beautiful cut. Come in close and look at this one. It's all going to depend on what you have framed on the job. We have any degree bit or any degree framing that you have. This is the 1800 watt milling unit. I'm actually showing you this particular unit because what I'm really wanting to show you is the 90-degree bit that's in here. I'll be demonstrating this here next actually. This is a 90-degree bit that you will use most likely 85 to 90% of the time. This is what's going to make a 90-degree actual corner. It's going to be for your soffits and almost any other 90-degree that you have anywhere else on the job. Carbide tipped as well and lasts a very long time. These are the 2 different saws for both of the tables. The 1800 watts. The first one is a single blade saw that's designed just for a standard everyday cut or rip. You can adjust this all the way down to where actually if you wanted to, you could cut 3 pieces of 5/8 at one time. That's popular with this rips. Second one also is an 1800 watt saw, 4 blade. The difference is it's got 4 blades designed to give you a radius cut. They're roughly about 1/4 inch apart. And once it's on the table, you make 1 rip with it. You're getting 4 different scribes. Move it forward, 4 more scribes, and the further you go is the different radius that you can get on whether you be in Florida or somewhere where you're going to have waves in the wall. It's very popular. We're going to go ahead and go live with one of the cuts here, hands-on. This first one is going to be the 90-degree cut, which is the most popular that you're going to see. And I'll show you the profile as soon as we're done. And as you can see, that's a 90-degree corner, as crisp as you will ever find. I say this at every trade show that we go to. I would challenge you to find any finisher that can give you a 90-degree corner that looks that crisp and that good, because it wouldn't exist. So that's a 90-degree cut. All right, the next cut is going to be a dual cut actually. So if you have what I call a Z soffit where it comes up and back out, where you have an inside and an outside corner, this will do it just as easy as well. So let's do this and I'll show you at the end. with the board. So now you have a finished inside and a finished outside. Again, no corner bead needed, no mud needed. Here, latex caulk in the middle, finger it down, and you're done. Paint ready after that. Another popular cut on the table is using the 90-degree bit to make a finished return. And by that, I mean anywhere you're finishing up against a window, anywhere you're finishing up against a bathtub, anywhere you would use a zip bead or an L trim. This will do it. I'll show you at the end here. So we've made a 90-degree cut. I'm going to take the laser of this saw now and put it just on the opposite side and lock it into place. And I'm going to cut that. That's been cut off. So now, instead of using any type of a zip bead or an L trim, you've just made a cut side a perfect corner that needs nothing. No tape, no mud, no sanding, no anything. Finished return. Bathrooms, windows, anywhere you would use zip bead. All right, this cut's going to be making essentially a box, and not just any box. It could be really anything you think of. It could be a fire extinguisher box that's used on every floor of any high-rise building out there. Shower niches, any recessed box that could possibly be used. If you can come up with a dimension, you can come up with a cut on here as well. So the one I'm going to do is not exact same size as the fire extinguisher box, but it's going to be very similar. So here we go. Take out the blocks on the sides with a utility knife. And we'll glue this at the end where you can see it a little bit better, but essentially you can make any type recessed box at all. Next cut is going to be with the radius saw. It's a 4-blade saw designed specifically for making radius cuts. Depending on how many stops and cuts you make depends on the radius that you're going to get. So we'll make about 4 runs and it'll give you an idea of the radius that it will give you. All right, this is a close-up of the 4-blade saw after making 4 runs. You can make it just about any degree that you would want to, and you can continue on with the cut to make it go even more. All right, the last cut's going to be a beam cut or a column cut. It's going to be a 4-sided cut where essentially you're going to need no finish on this as well. There's only going to be two 45s together. It goes hand in hand with the CB60 clip. These are used to wrap columns, and you can find the rest of the information on the CB60s at GrabberPro.com. You can find all the information on there. And there's your column wrap. All right, this is the column cut for I-beams that's already been cut 4 different times. It's been glued on this side. It's ready to go on a column. All you have to do is wrap it, but you don't have to do any framing because of this specialty clip that Grabber has. It's the CB60. It is genuine. It is super simple. It has all the UL listings, UL ratings that are needed, and it makes it very, very simple. Literally, you're going to take these. You're going to take these and put them on your I-beam. And literally, once you clip them to your I-beam, the flat side you're screwing to, okay? You're going to put them down the beam, depending on what the height of it is, however many that you need to get the framing done. But there's no metal, there's no squares, there's no anything needed. Okay, I wanted to go over the vacuum system with you guys as well, because this is just as important as this machine, because if it's not very, very dustless, it's not doing a whole lot of good in your warehouse. So all of ours are made by PulseVac, and depending on what machine you have, depends on what size and what diameter vacuum you're going to be using. This particular one is fantastic. There's another one that comes in a 50-gallon drum where it sits right over the top. It's all about vacuuming. You have to understand, when you're extracting 90 degrees with a 5/8" material, potentially 12 foot long, it takes a lot of suction, and it takes a very good filtration system to keep up with it, and these do. You'll be happy with the PulseVac vacuums. Okay, we're to the gluing section now. We haven't spoken about this yet, but every cut you've seen me do, or any cut that you do, is going to need to be glued, with the exception of the radius cut. That you leave alone. There's a little something different you'll do with that. Your GrabberPro will go over with that with you on the job. This is the glue gun. It's a stick style glue. This is a 1,000-watt gun. It used to be a 600 watt. Some of you may even still have that, but we switched to a 1,000 watt. So it comes out faster, and it's actually hotter. Even though it's this hot, it takes about 7 seconds to set up, and I'll show you that here in just 1 second. This is still an outside corner, so I like to put a nice little bead, but more at the top, not down in the apex. That you would do for an inside corner. So you're going to start at the top so that it's actually oozing down one side of the gypsum. One side of the gypsum instead of just in the apex. And as you can see, I'm I'm going to hold it. It's setting up already. I'm going to hold this for all of about 6, 7, 8 seconds, and you'll notice that it's already stopped. It's already holding. So I'm going to let go of it. It's already starting to hold. So really what this glue is designed for is essentially just to get it over to wherever your work surface, where you're going, and then put it up. And after that, your screws or your nails is what's going to be holding it in. In an inside corner, you would not go to where I just showed you. You want to go straight to the apex because you don't want it coming out just like right here. That's not going to hurt anything. In the event that you put a little too much in the corner and it actually comes out on you, you can take a piece of sheetrock or taping knife and just wipe it back like that. This way it's not going to stop it from going into the corner. One last piece of information I want to tell you is primer. We have primer that you can use. You put that on first before the glue, typically to close the pores up so that it's a better hold. It's totally up to you. Whether or not you want to use it or not, you can, or you can go just the way this is. And this is a little bit faster this way. Okay, we're going to go over the controls here. Relatively simple. We'll start up here, actually, I suppose, simply because this is your readout. This is going to be your y-axis readout. So you're always going to have a 0 point. You go to wherever you need to go to. I mean, if you want 5.50, that's where you lock it, right? So I can't go any further. I can go x-axis, but I can't go any further. That locks everything. Same thing the other direction. If you want to go 0.95, I'm going to lock it here. You can't go either way, but you can move y-axis. Very, very simple. There's a green button right here. This also is a 0, so if you'll watch right there, 17.37. So if you're working way down there, you can zero out from right here as well. Or this is the folding table. So in transit, if you want to hit both, this stops it while it's in transit so that it doesn't, nothing gets damaged. Right side's always going to be your saw. So this is going to operate your saws. This is your on button. This is your up and down. That's going to put it into place. Opposite side, this is going to be your router. Push down and let it go down, and that's when you start making your route. It has your actual lasers right here that I like to use as well instead of sometimes using the digital to read out, so you can turn them on. There's going to be one on the blades, one on the saw, and 4 over here, so you can use those. This is just your saw. This is vacuum only. It'll obviously always come on when you start it, but if you hold a match, you can just find out how you turn it off the system very easily. This is that's a kill switch in case you have a problem. Straight down. Twisting to the right turns it back on. So essentially, you've got left, right hold downs. You've got right side for your saw, left sides for your milling units, lasers, and vacuum. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you watching and listening to the demos and all the talking that we've had to do. I'm going to turn this over to Q&A here just shortly, but Grabber thrives on productivity. We're the leaders in the market of production. And if there's one category that Grabber sells that is high-end production, is these particular tables right here. There's a lot in the market right now. There's a lot more that we could put out there, and we'd love to help you do that. So questions and answers, let's hear them.
All right, we're back. Those are some awesome tools, Jeff. Thanks for the demo.
You're welcome. I had fun doing it.
So a couple of questions here. If someone has more questions about your product, who should they contact and how?
For sure, they probably would know their Grabber rep, but I would say go to GrabberPro.com. It's very, very easy to find out in your state or your city who your local Grabber rep is. and they'll be happy to come out and see you, or field the question, field the repair, whatever you may have. So definitely GrabberPro.com is the best place to start.
Next question, how do you maintain rating at a radius wall with the cuts?
Well, number one, you're going to have it's a bit of a backer board that goes on there. It's a mesh backer. So when you've made your cut, depending on whatever the degree is, to keep it in place as you're going across whatever radius you're using, we have a mesh paper that goes on the back side of it that absolutely holds it into place.
So for Jeff, what is the benefit of the primer? You mentioned it closes the pores, so does that mean a stronger bond?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I mean, essentially, when you cut drywall or sheetrock, you're opening every pore up in there. I mean, you can actually see it after you've made the cut, and the primer actually closes those thousands of holes up. So then once it dries, and that normally takes about 6 minutes. That's the only reason in the video I said that it's up to you whether you use it or not. We're about speed and production, and a lot of people use it, but a lot of people don't want to wait 6 minutes. So essentially, it closes the pores. So that way, when you put your glue in there, the glue isn't going into those pores, and it actually makes it does make a much better hold with the primer. But again, that's up to the end user if he wants to use that and wait the 6 minutes to dry prior to the glue.
Thank you. Can you explain more on how the portable unit table folds up for transport from one job site to another?
Yes, the portable, super easy. It used to be 2 tracks. It's now 3 tracks. So essentially, you've got 2 different places that actually hold 3 different screws. So essentially, you're taking out about 6 screws. Actually, it'd be 9 screws. That the fingers going together like this, and you're going to screw the set screws into the backside to put it together. To take it apart and move to the next job, you just back those screws out, and there's a carrying case that all 3 tracks go into, as well as the milling unit. Literally put it up, close it up. It has wheels on one side and a handle on the other. I drag it on and off job sites every single week. It's super easy to maneuver.
So follow up to that, how fast to pack up and reset up the portable unit?
10 minutes.
That is very fast, quick.
I mean, it's super simple. Like I said, it's just fingers that go together, and you're putting in set screws, and you're literally set.
Next question, how fast to switch from the single blade saw unit to the 4-blade saw unit?
Yeah, it's super simple too. I wish I'd have showed that in the video. It's literally a little lever on the top. You turn, pop it off, and put the other one on. So I'd say 15 seconds, and that's probably too long.
Has this been tested on other substrates like acoustical fiberglass board?
It's been tested on a lot of different things, actually. I mean, you can cut with the saw. I mean, you could cut wood if you wanted to. Yes, and we have different saw blades that will cut many different materials. It's you can cut plastic with it. You can cut just about anything with it, to be honest with you. The biggest question that I get is tough rock or tough hide. It's got the mesh material in there. It will cut that as well, except it will dull your blade a little faster than standard sheetrock.
Thank you. So if a contractor wanted to see a live demo of the FT30 or ST48, what are the options from Grabber?
Yep, that's what we love. The one you just saw is sitting in Atlanta right now. That's a demo table that we have, and we have people flying in or driving in from all over the country to see it. I'm the guy that will do the demo. We have mine here in Atlanta, and to be honest with you, I believe we have one in California as well. But the tables, that's where you would go to see it. The portable units, we have them in every region, sales reps in every region that are happy to come out to the job and do demonstrations with that on the job as well.
Very cool. I'm very tempted to have them come to our office and do a demo.
Let me be the guy. I'll do it.
I'll let my boss know.
Yes.
In addition, is there a portable fold-up table to go along with the portable milling unit?
There is not, but this is just a personal preference, and many people listening may probably already have a CM10, a ping pong table. I mentioned earlier the FT30 folds up like a ping pong table. Go buy a $299 ping pong table, put the portable unit on there. It has adjustable casters, so no matter where you go with it, you can level it. And with the CM10, the portable unit, level is key. You must keep that key because the router can't be fluctuating back and forth. So we don't have a specific table, but I think I help Sports Authority sell a whole lot of ping pong tables because I request it to everybody.
Ping pong table, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if you want to learn more about PanelMax or schedule a demo, make sure to visit GrabberPro.com and scan the QR code that's on your screen right now. And so that concludes our Q&A portion. Thank you, Jeff, for the demo and answering all our questions. Thank you, Grabber Construction Product, for sponsoring this webinar. And thank you to everyone for attending. We'll see you next time.
Thank you all very much.